Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the Big D Coin Channel. It's the 1969 Kennedy half from the United States of America, and a lot of people go really crazy trying to find the Philadelphia version of the 1969 Kennedy half. We have an S here, and that's the San Francisco proof version of the half right there, and that's that beautiful S on that one. And then on this one we have the D for the Denver Mint, and then we don't have any that don't have a mint mark on them. And of course, in Philadelphia in 1969, we wouldn't have a mint mark on the half dollar if we had one, but guess what? They didn't make any. Let's take a look at the mint set, because you should be able to get one in the mint set if you can't get a regular one. So let's take a look at the mint set. So this is the mint set from the Philadelphia Mint from 1969, and you'll notice that there's some kind of weird thing going on here. We have two pennies, and in fact one of them is the San Francisco Mint penny, the other is the Philadelphia penny. We have the token, we have the quarter, nickel, dime, but guess what? No half dollar in 1969 from the Philadelphia Mint. And here is the Denver Mint version. Well, let's move the Philly out of the way. Here's a Denver Mint version, and now look at that. So we have the 1969 half there from Denver. We have the quarter, nickel, penny, and dime, and the token, but we don't have the Philadelphia one, and you can see that it's the Denver one if we just blow it up right here, and you can see that D right above the 9 and the 6. So they didn't make a half dollar from Philadelphia in 1969. That's why you can't find it. All right, so they didn't have them in the mint set either. So essentially the only circulating or business strike coins they made in 1969 were the 1969 Denver Mint Kennedy half dollars. The proof coins were made at San Francisco, but they weren't general circulation. In fact, they only made a little under 3 million of them. So let's look at this. Since it's the only one we got, let's take a look at it and see what the prices are on it and see what's going on. It says Liberty around the top, and you notice that this is that old Kennedy half where the B, the E, and the R get stuck in his hair. Down underneath, we see that there's some initials right here, and that's for Gilroy Roberts, the engraver of the coin, a G and an R entwined. Down here, In God We Trust, and then 1969. We tip this up on the side. It has 150 reeds as you go around the outside, 30.6 millimeters in diameter, weighs 11.5 grams. And when we tip it up on its side, we see that it has copper in it, but it has a little kind of a funny color to it. So this isn't our normal clad Kennedy half. This one from 1969 has silver in it. It's 40% silver. So because it's so heavy, 11.5 grams, we've got a bunch of silver in here, and probably $6 or more worth of silver. So if you get a 1969 Kennedy half and you tip it up and you see that it's got the copper in it, don't think it's a clad one, because it is not. The auction record for one of these coins is $15,600 from 2019. But once that auction record came through, people started looking for these coins and trying to get them graded. So currently, a Mint State 65 of the Kennedy half is worth $32, but a Mint State 67 plus, $6,250. So you can get a $6,000 one. On the back it says United States of America at the top, half dollar at the bottom. We see there's an FG there, and the engraver of the back was Frank Gasparo. Above the eagle's head it says E Pluribus Unum. We have the 9 stars here, the 4 stars for the original 13 colonies, 9 plus 4. Olive branch in the eagle's right hand on our left, and a sheaf of arrows in the eagle's left hand, which is over here. And it's a shielded eagle, and you can see the eagle has this shield on it. Not a whole lot of definition in here, and that's why you only need to get to a Mint State 67 or 67 plus to get the huge bucks in 1969. 50 stars around the outside for the original 50 states, and these little dots over here aren't anything. They're just kind of dots to break up the words. So if you get this coin just in your change, or you find some old ones, keep it because it's worth $5 or $6. You can also get this coin in the proof set. And here's a proof San Francisco Mint Kennedy half from 1969. You can see this one's got some great color in it as we tip it back and forth. But we also see that the color of Kennedy is the same color as the background of the coin. So this is not a cameo or a deep cameo. We don't have the difference in kind of shading here. If you get this in a deep cameo, they made $2.934 million at San Francisco. The auction record is $660, but currently they found that was for a proof 69 deep cameo in 2021. They found a proof 70. If you get this in a proof 70 deep cameo, $17,500. Tip it up on its side, and again, this one looks much more silver than the other one, but it still does have the 60% copper in it. But again, this one's worth minimum of $5 to $6 for the silver value alone. And we get on the back, and you can see that when you get one of these proof coins, it is just fantastic to look at. And you also can see that much more detail in the eye and the beak and the neck. You can kind of see the neck feathers coming down here, the feathers on the legs on this one. So if you get one that's in really good condition or a proof one, you can see all kinds of detail. You can actually see some olives on the olive branch. You can see the lines in the center of the feathers. And you can see this little double feather on the tail feather underneath the shield. So these are just beautiful coins if you get them in great shape. This proof coin here is probably worth $7 to $10 just because you can only get them through a proof set, maybe a little bit more than that. And we're handling it because the proof set broke, and this is not a deep cameo, so it also changes the value significantly. All right, look for them out there. You're almost never going to find one in circulation because in 1964 they made them 90% silver, but from 65 to 1970 they were 40% silver. And there's just no sense in putting a $6 silver coin out there to pay for a $50 worth of purchasing. All right, so look for them out there. We'd love to have you subscribe to the Big D Coin channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.